Hey, welcome to this week's Notes from Nick. Uh, this is our quick recap of the main things that I've been hearing kind of out in the digital agency space. Um, and really recently, it's all been about the future of work. From, all in office to hybrid to co-working spaces to all remote. It kind of the strategies that we're seeing employed are all over the place, and that's kind of the big takeaway is nobody has this really nailed down yet, which is interesting because the next few years it seems this is going to be one giant experiment with a bunch of different shops doing a bunch of different things, and we're really going to be able to pull out some best practices from that in the next few years and get a little more prescriptive about what works for what type of shop. Um, One of the common threads that I've seen throughout all these conversations has been a focus on asynchronous workflows, and what that does is that if you get that right, it can enable the autonomy for your employees that they are demanding based on that research that we've included in this newsletter. Um, to get that right, to get that asynchronous work working really well, it requires obviously the right people and also the right processes. We'll talk about the people one first. It makes this kind of mad dash to hire seem really risky. I would actually argue that maybe place a little more emphasis on getting pricing kind of pushed a little higher, and meet your new business goals that way rather than trying to staff up at this point. If you're staffing up in a way that isn't super in line, like if you're making a lot of concessions while you're staffing up, maybe take a step back and think about raising pricing. You do have pricing power in this market. Um, it also places a ton of importance on your internal knowledge creation, retention, and transfer. There's tons of tools for like internal wikis and things like that allow your organization to to build this kind of collective shared knowledge base, and that kind of stuff that piece is really really important because when we think about autonomy and we think about the ability to get work done, kind of by yourself and then come back to the group with your piece and everything fits seamlessly together, you kind of need to be updated on other pieces that are applicable to yours, and how certain processes work through the organization. And obviously this is for a little bit larger firms, say 15, 20 employees and up. Under that, it's less important because it's easier just to have a conversation. But those tools and that knowledge retention and transfer, that's what gives your shop value, lasting value. I am with those two things being said, I am expecting to see the shops that focus on getting async work done correctly. I do expect them to do better than the shops that put more of an emphasis on where do we work and are we remote or are we on-prem, whatever. I think that's almost a distraction. So that's a quick overview of the conversations I've been having. I'd love to hear what you guys are chatting about. As always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to just reply straight to the newsletter, or you can reach out through our website. So until next time, have a good one.